Phoebe is 322 days pregnant today, so let's take a look. I have my beautiful horse holder here with me. He is mighty handsome. Who is this, by the way?
Phoebe.
I just told you that. Okay, let's take a look at Miss Phoebe. So she is within like 5 days of when she foaled last time. I about walked into you and you're giving me that look, and that's a little nerve-wracking. She looks freaking fantastic. Look at those dapples. She's slicked out. She looks amazing. As do you. Don't get it wrong. Anyway, to me, she had a much lower belly when she foaled last time, in my opinion. I think so. She did have some random wax going on at like day 310, and then hasn't really had any more, and I still don't really see any more. Belly does seem really full at the bottom though. I'm not gonna lie there. She hasn't really gotten sunken down here. Her hip has been pretty soft. Watch her head, baby. Make sure she's not putting her ears back. Oh, that's jiggly. Now, Stephanie is not here to taste her milk today, but I am gonna do a little pH. I don't know if she has the patience for me to do like, show y'all the color and do this. Like I might just need to do a couple drops, so be right back. And it looks basically the same as yesterday. We've got a nice, maybe even 7.25, 7.5, somewhere around in there. It is very cloudy white, so we gotta keep a close eye on that. There is a difference between like cloudy white and opaque white. She's still at cloudy white. When they start like dripping and having that like opaque, looks like it came out of your milk carton white, that's when things get serious. Now, last year, I wasn't able to milk her at all. I had to go off of just everything else. I couldn't go off of her udder because she was not very tolerant. Oh, we're very much leaning that way today. Now, I'm gonna go see if I can get the live to work tonight. If you haven't, we do live foal watch where we kind of just watch all the mares that are close, and because we have 4 babies on the ground, we have been going back and forth between their cameras as well, because it is fun to watch the babies at night interacting with their moms. Sometimes they get the zoomies, they go to sleep, they do some pretty funny stuff. So we've had it on a loop where it goes between the mares who are due and the babies. Now, Frankie, my bulldog puppy, did body slam the laptop, and she did it again. And so I gotta go see if I can fix it. And if that's the case, it will be on tonight. But if it's not on tonight, it probably won't be on until Nate can come fix it. So hope you enjoyed that update. Let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned for our next baby. Maggie is now at her safe date for her pregnancy. She is 320 days pregnant. It does give you a little bit of a sigh of relief when you hit that date, but in Maggie's case, not really. So Maggie, for those that don't know, had colic surgery at around 295 days. So a little over 3 weeks ago. Now, here's the thing. She's done phenomenally. Like, she looks fantastic. She hasn't lost hardly any weight. She is staying calm, cool, collected. Her incision, which a lot of people have asked where it is, because colic surgery where they had to actually like change where her colon was because her colon was displaced. It was in the wrong spot. So they had to take it out, or not take it out, but they had to like move it around. So everyone asked like where that incision is. She was on her back, okay? All 4 legs up, cut open. Baby is like nearly cooked, and they're doing this, which is why it was so stressful. So her incision is right there. Yeah, how scary is that? I mean, her hip is looking mighty Dorito-y. It is flat. It is jiggly, right? And let's go ahead and check what her vulva looks like. It's getting nice and poochy. We did cut her calyx, so that means where she had been sewn at the top of her vulva, that has now been cut. Oh, look how low we are. Is she lopsided or low on both sides? I feel like baby's laying very heavily on the right side right now. Look at that. And look at her tail head. It is sunken in on both sides. Yeah. So our plan, after I made a video about it yesterday, just kind of telling y'all our thoughts, our plan is to take her in on Monday and leave her until she foals. Not quite sure on the timeline, you know, after she foals, how long she'll need to stay there. To me, I do see a ridge of edema at the bottom of her belly, and that makes sense. She's been on stall rest after her surgery, so she's not really able to move a lot. And she did get this edema in her chest. You see this like pool of edema. She got that with her last pregnancy, so that's very normal for her. I know a lot of mares that get this like patch of squishiness under here. That's kind of normal. I'm gonna look at her udder. If she's got white milk and is like leaking, I'm probably loading her booty up right now and taking her to the clinic, not gonna lie. If she were a mare that was gonna wait until like her due date and give us a couple more weeks, then maybe we'd let her have it at home. Oh, we're still nice and clear. That's good. I think she's good through the weekend probably. She's probably good into next week. Like we kind of wanted to look at her on Monday. The vet's coming out Tuesday as well. So if she's still got clear milk, we might let her just ride it out at home for a little bit longer because she's really calm here. She's really like not been anxious, not been pacing, not been, having a hard time with her stall rest whatsoever. So it's like if we could let her be comfortable for longer, we will. And luckily my vet clinic's only 30 minutes away. So even if we, saw her being close one night, we could like load her up and take her quickly. So we do want her to foal at the clinic. We're gonna kind of make that decision as we go as to when to take her. For right now, she looks really good and happy and healthy, and that's all that matters. And we just want to give her and her baby the best chance possible. So stay tuned for more updates because tomorrow 2 more mares hit their safe date and we have another one that's at 322. So babies are coming. We're now on daily updates for my mare Phoebe, who is 321 days pregnant. So last year, Phoebe had her colt Dallas at day 326. So if she's on the same track, we're getting close. Now she looks great. She's dappley. She's slicking out. It's gorgeous weather outside. It's perfect baby weather, but I would love if you cooked it a little longer. So here's her like little side view. She did get lower, I believe, before she foaled last year. I mean, she's starting to get kind of low. Look at back there. There's a little edema starting. That's either feet or edema. I don't know. Now her hip is where I'd say we're seeing some noticeable differences. Like she's really flattening out here. And I mean, last year she would barely let me do these updates. She was not used to all this touching and people were not her favorite thing. This year she's a new woman. She is quite jiggly. Oh my goodness. Now she did get her foal alert in yesterday. Are we doing good? She's been very lopsided. Like you can tell which side the baby's on. I don't know. What side do you think it's on? I feel like, look at her. It's over there right now. Now her udder, she had like a little bit of random wax at day 310 and then never again, which mares are just gonna be mares. I do feel like it looks maybe a little bit more downward turn today. Stephanie, how are your taste buds today?
They're good.
They're good?
They're good.
So her milk was salty yesterday. I have never in my life heard the whole like tasting it thing. And I am not doing that. Like that's where I draw the line. I don't drink after people. I'm picky. I don't like, I'm not doing it. When you don't have a foal alert.
And you can't miss it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
So she says when it gets sweet, it's like baby's coming. But didn't you say it like a couple days before it gets really bland?
It'll go salty, bland, and then sweet.
And it was salty yesterday. So I'm gonna keep going off of the milk strips. So let's see what it looks like. Now, she's been very kind to me the past couple of days. I'm hoping it stays that way. Hi, big girl. Don't get mad at me. I feel like it's that stage right before it's opaque white. Okay, it's looking kind of light right now. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Where are we at? Still right at a 7. Like dead on a 7. I mean, I think it's time for you to try. I just gotta know if it like actually works. Phoebe, you are such a trooper compared to last year. What a good girl. Yeah, this is how you build an immune system.
Still salty.
Salty, okay. Are we gonna get through the weekend? I would love to get through the weekend. I mean, I think we're probably within that week range with it already being that cloudy. Like it's super cloudy, it's on the verge of opaque. But I'm super excited. She's carrying a little full sibling to my young stallion Denver. I'm hoping for a girl version of him. Hear that? If you would like to see the foals first, you see lots of stuff that night. You get a discount on my store. Like there's just lots of like little pluses to being a subscriber on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. If you don't want to be a subscriber, that is totally fine. You still get so much content and you will still see the baby and the birth and all that good stuff. It's just a smidge later. But we are now on daily updates for one of our mares and tomorrow we start another one. So stay tuned for that and let me know if you have any questions. I think it's time for an update on the Glens. Glen with 1 in and Glen with 2 ins. Now Dolly, this donkey right here, has a relationship with both Glens. This one is a maternal relationship. She has been the best little babysitter. She's basically his nanny. She's basically his, what do you call it when they like teach you to? His governess? I don't know. Anyway, she's been really taking good care of Glenn. And for him being a weanling, you know, just a couple weeks ago, he was on his mama's hip. He has taken it in stride and he's been chill pretty much since the first day. Like after the first day, he and Dolly have been great and he hasn't been overly attached, which was the point. I didn't want him going from one mama to another. Like I wanted her to teach him boundaries and not let him hump her, but also give him comfort. And that's what she's done. And so this Glenn, I sold him, so he has a new owner, and he is going to be going to Ontario, Canada, and his new owner is actually on the way here now. And that brings me to my next point is that, yes, she has been a great mama figure for Glenn, but she really wants through this gate. She cannot wait for him to leave because she is in love with the other Glenn, which, is he talking to her right now? Yeah, he is. He's in love with her too. He's in love with her too. It's mutual. Hi, big guy. Hi, honey. Anyway, she's going to get to go back over there with him after Glenn with 2 ends leaves. Oh? Glenn with 1 end has been hanging out with Dorothy and Blanche. Now, these 2 ladies, I'm very curious to see what happens because he's been in with them for a couple of months now, through a couple of heat cycles. Neither one of these Jennies have been bred here on the farm before. I don't know how easy it is for them to get bred. I do know that Dorothy's had 1 baby, Blanche has had none, and I really haven't seen them come back into flaming heat yet. And if they don't, that makes me think we might have. I'm fairly certain that he bred Dolly and was successful because she has had, and she's usually very aggressive when she's in heat, and I know she's in heat when she is. I have not seen any of those signs. I will put her back in there with him just in case after Glenn with 2 ends leaves. But yeah, this little baby boy, I've been so impressed. He's really grown up and been such a good boy. Sabrina, ma'am, I just heard her sneeze. Do you see the drop off? Girl, we're living life on the edge, aren't we? Why do you have to choose there to nap, hun? Okay, well, I'm going to end y'all with how handsome Glenn is. I cannot wait to see what he does with his new owner. She plans on showing him. She's trying to figure out a registered name for him right now. So if you want to go help her out on her page, her name is Amanda Adams. Now she's coming to pick him up while I'm at a horse show. I'm going to try to come over here and meet her. But if it's while I'm showing, then I might not have firsthand video. But regardless, he's going into this voyage the most chill and serene he possibly could. And as for these 2 ladies, let me know. Do you think Glenn has got him? I mean, Dorothy looks like he got her about 11 months ago, but we know he didn't. So stay tuned for more updates. This week, Kennedy and I are showing at the Roan World Show, and today's our first practice day. So let's go for a little ride. We thought ahead this time. We actually planned things out. We have a stall that's a nice little tack stall. And then because Walter's sister decided to get injured, he got her place. So Walter, he didn't even know that a world existed outside of the farm. So this is blowing his little mind. So before I tell you about the Roan World Show, I'm gonna need to tell you, you're gonna wanna stay till the end of the video, okay? So the horse show that I'm at this week is a combination of a regular AQHA show, just like normal, where we'll show everything twice. So I'm pretty much only showing the Western Pleasure, but then they have some classes that are the American Roan Horse Association World Show. So this is their World Championship show for roan horses that are registered within the Roan Horse Association. Now there's also a futurity that is called Roans to Riches, which both of my stallions are enrolled in. So any stallions who enroll within the Roans to Riches futurity, their foals can show in these futurity classes, whether they're roan or not. To me, it's exciting because it just adds a little pizzazz to the horse show. We're still going to show in the regular Western Pleasure classes as well. Here you'll see I'm just moving Kennedy's hip around, her front end around, kind of isolating her hip from her front end and just getting her off of my leg and getting her to listen to me. This is the first day at the horse show, which generally means she's going to be nice and fresh. She's going to be kind of energetic. When she's energetic, it doesn't mean she's going to run. It just means she's not going to listen. That's the best way to explain it. Kennedy's energetic just means like ADHD full force. And she just gets distracted and she just gets to where she's not zoned in, right? So she got ridden a couple times today by Stephanie, by me, and a little twist, a little plot twist, a little bit of a collaboration, a little bit of a episode crossover. Taft Dickerson, who is an esteemed Western pleasure trainer in AQHA, APHA. He's been doing a little bit of everything these days. He's got a Palomino, he's got an Appaloosa, he's got a little bit of everything. He is a fantastic trainer, and he, as he was loping by, was like, hey, just so you know, I don't have a roan horse for the senior Western pleasure. And I was like, are you for real? And he was like, I don't know. But let me tell you, as soon as I said, well, hop on her, he was off of his horse within 0.2 seconds. And then he got a little camera shy with the lope off. He was like, please don't let my trainer friends make fun of me when I lope this mare off. So to respect him, I cut his lope off out, even though it wasn't that bad. And when I say not that bad, he made her look freaking awesome. He made Kennedy look great. And she's a very difficult, weird horse. We did make fun of him from the ground a little bit just because the man needs humbling. But Kennedy is not an easy horse just to hop on and go and figure out. And so I thought he did a fantastic job. So, jokes aside, for those that don't know, Taft does own Bobby, one of my 2026 foals, the daughter of Ricky. He is who I bought Ricky from, and he is who took Ricky to all of her championships, whether it be at the NSBA World or the Congress. Like, he's had quite the career. And so for him to be like, can I hop on Kennedy? I was like, absolutely, of course you can. After he took a couple of laps on her, though, he realized what a weirdo she is. And so that's when his hand signals started coming out. If you don't watch his page, apparently his hand signals are legendary. And so you'll see here in a second, he was trying to tell us how he thought in his brain he needed to ride her. And it didn't make sense. I'm not going to lie. It didn't make sense at all. But it made sense to Taft. And that's all that matters. So if you think Taft should show Kennedy in the senior pleasure at the roan world, let me know. Let me know if you think he needs to just take a little whack at it, and we'll see if it happens or not.